Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I, Arya Zamborkar, welcome you all to today's website launching ceremony on behalf of Vishwamanthan Research Foundation. At Manthan, just like the Samudra Manthan, the churning of ideas from various facets of Bharatiya legacy takes place that helps youth in exploring new ideas and formulating informed opinions. In the past, we have had the privilege of hosting leading scholars from across the length and breadth of our country who deliberated and discussed issues of national and international importance. And now we are going to delve into an all-new and futuristic topic, which is artificial intelligence. Vishwamanthan Research Foundation is organizing Ai Manthan, Bharat's largest AI conclave, with over 20 plus speakers and 400 plus participants in the coming days, and I welcome you all to the website launch ceremony of the same. I feel extremely honored to introduce to you our guest for today. We have with us Dr. Subhash Chaudhary, Vice Chancellor, Rashtrasanta Tukadoji Maharaj, Nagpur University. I request Rohan Parikh ji, Director VRF, to felicitate him. Thank you so much, sir, for coming here today despite of your busy schedule. Next we have with us Professor Prashant Gupta, Dean Academics, IIM Nagpur. I request Manali Kanungo ma'am, CTO Mind Your Logic, to felicitate him. Thank you, sir. I feel pleased to introduce Professor Dr. Prashant Maheshwari, Dean Science and Technology, Rashtrasanta Tukadoji Maharaj, Nagpur University. And I request Shri Satish Ji Sarda, Convener, Vishwamanthan Research Foundation, to felicitate him. Next we have with us Shri Naresh Ji Chafekar, Secretary Vigyan Bharati Vidarbha, and I request Sushmita Singh ma'am, Scholar VRF, to felicitate him. Thank you, sir. Last but not the least, we have with us Shri Samir Bendre sir, India Head Share Our Strength and ex-COO Persistent Systems Nagpur. I request Ketan Paithankar sir, co-founder CTO, to felicitate him. Now I call upon Piyush Agrawal sir to give a brief about our AI conclave.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to welcome you all today. AI Manthan is a dedicated event to explore the latest advancement and innovation in the field of artificial intelligence on 12th and 13th July at IIM Nagpur. AI Manthan is more than just a conference. It's an initiative designed to foster an inclusive and dynamic environment for the AI community. Via the conference, our mission is to bridge the gap between academia and industry, promoting cutting-edge research and practical application of the AI technology. This conclave brings together experts, researchers, industry leaders, and enthusiasts from around the world to engage in an insightful discussion, share knowledge, and collaborate on the future of AI. Over the 2 days of the event, the participant will have an opportunity to hear from the leading AI researchers, industry pioneers, and thought leaders who are shaping the future of AI. We have lined up a series of workshops where everyone can participate in different sessions and gain a practical skill in the various AI technologies and methodologies. Our panel discussion will engage you in a thoughtful, provoking conversation on the topic of policy, governance, and education in the realm of AI, ensuring a holistic understanding of the transformative technology. Now I request our guest to launch the website. There is a mouse pointer, VC sir, next to you. You can click on the AI. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks everyone. So if you look at the conference, which is, as I said, it is hosted on 12th and 13th July on the theme of policy, governance and education. What is happening currently in the country is that everybody is talking about entrepreneurship in the AI, which is obviously going to happen because this is a new technology that is going to come up. But policy, governance and education is a topic that nobody touches, and hence we thought as a think tank of Vishwamanthan Research Foundation, it is important to talk on the policy, governance and education. If you look at the speaker lineup that we have gathered right now and requested various faculties, we have got everyone on the speaker lineup from a policy making, which is IAS and IPS of the countries. Because it's an IT infrastructure AI, we have also got a representative from NASSCOM, where Ankit Bose, who is currently the AI head of the NASSCOM and writing the AI policy for the country, is part of our event. The new kid in the town right now is something called as Hanuman.ai. This is our India's own open AI model, which is built on the linguistic technologies. And Vishwamanthan ji is the CEO of SML, the company who is powering Hanuman.ai. He would be one of these speakers. The country is also looks for the consultants when any new technology is coming up. Ernst & Young is one of the companies who helps organizations, governments to define policy. Rohit Pandarkar is the Gen AI head right now for the country, leading AI practices at Ernst & Young. He would also come and talk about the policy. From an academia perspective, we have Professor Ganesh Ramakrishnan from Shobhit Mathur sir from Rishihood University, which is Newton School of Technology. And we also have a couple of IAS and IPS coming in the event. What they will come and what they will do at the event, they will talk on the different topics. If you can just scroll down. These are the different topics that the speakers will talk about. In the AI space, everybody is talking about ethical AI, but unlike a VAPT certification, there is no ethical AI certification. Ethics has to come internally. Because ethics has to come internally, we are a country which is spiritually awakened by different means and factors. And that's the reason we thought that ethics will come from spirituality, and it is important that somebody as a spiritual leader talks on ethics. For that reason, we have kept a session as consciousness in the age of AI, where a spiritual leader called as Shri M, who is a renowned spiritual leader, will come and deliver talk on the consciousness in the age of AI. Because it is a policy conference and a governance conference, it is important that somebody from the government comes and talk about how they are looking at emerging technologies and how the policies are changing for them and what are their thought process when any new technology comes into picture. For that reason, we have kept a topic on the crafting AI policy, a roadmap for Bharat. With AI, what is also happening is that any content that is created, it could be in any kind of a content, which could be a creative content, or it could be a newsletter or a media content, it has an intellectual property associated with it. The LLM or the AI base is the data, and who owns the data governs the council. And for that reason, we have kept intellectual property right, national security comes into picture, and national security, public sector governance, innovation, skilled, and the future of AI research. So these are some of the different topics where different speakers will come and share their thoughts in the 2 days conference. As Vishwamanthan Research Foundation is a think tank, what we have also done is we have invited a research paper on the AI policies. So we have called for papers on different topics. These are the timelines for the paper submission, the synopsis, abstract submission, notification, and the full-length paper submission. Top 10 participants will come up and they will talk about their research and philosophies while presenting on the days of the conference. So this gives us a summary about the conference, what we are trying to do, and obviously we are thankful to our event partners and IIM Nagpur for helping us. I will take a pause here, and if audience have any question on this topic, would happy to answer before I request all our speakers to speak 2 minutes about the conference and give their blessing to us. I would first request Chafekar sir, Secretary of Vigyan Bharati, to talk about the AI conference. Yeah, I will just come sir there, you can speak from there.
So good evening everybody. Professor Gupta sir, Samir, my friend. VC sir couldn't stay back. Maheshwari sir is also had to leave. So good evening, all those who are present here. This is a wonderful idea. As we all know, AI is knocking the doors. It's not knocking the doors. It has already entered our lives. It has entered our lives, and we need to look at it seriously. We need to deal with it seriously. We need to make sure that it is used properly. So all the aspects of AI, we all are aware of that. So what I see, what just Piyush explained is that the conference covers almost everything that is needed. The ethical use, what you said, I think we will be able to achieve that ethical use of AI if we ensure that in the application of AI, we ensure that there are no biases. Like, if we go into facial recognition per se, there are no biases. If we want to give national growth, we need to look at the equitable distribution of wealth. We need to make sure that we are giving justice to everybody. So all of these things can be achieved by proper application, that is the ethical application of AI. And we have to ensure that that happens. And how will that happen? As Piyush rightly said, we as a society, we need to start deliberating on this. We need to start planning. We need to start thinking. We need to have more and more discussion of how this will happen. If that doesn't happen, if a certain group or certain people, they kind of take over this AI and they start using it arbitrarily, it may cause a lot of problem, not some problem, that will be will face a lot of consequences, serious consequences of it. So we need to have our society involved into all of this. We need to have more and more such conferences. This is a wonderful beginning that you're doing, and more such things needs to happen. Common people, youngsters, you all need to get involved into this AI business. You need to make sure that you understand it. You ensure that that gets applied properly. So I think my best wishes to your conference, and thank you for inviting us here. Thank you.
Now I request Samirji Bendre to say a few words and share his thought, how he sees AI transforming the AI industry, education sector, and so on.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for inviting me here. And we had a beautiful discussion on AI and what's happening. To my co-panelists who are here, Dr. Chaudhary was not here today, but the other co-panelist. I think it's a very important topic which all of you have taken. He said that AI is already here. AI is not here. It's come like a storm. It's like that big wave. To me, AI is like something which happened many, many years ago. Many, many years ago, if somebody were to told you, एक नया invention आने वाला है, a new invention is going to come, which is going to change the world completely. But it is going to lead to 100 million deaths. Deaths भी होने वाले हैं, लेकिन it's a change in the world. Would you have accepted it, or yes or no, is a debate question. The invention which I am talking about is the invention of the wheel. Number of accidents which have happened because of the wheel are so huge, but that time nobody knew a wheel as an invention could change the world. And you know wheels have changed the world. Similarly, AI is going to change the world. But here the change of world is not just going to be on the physical dimensions, but it is going to be psychologically affecting all of us. How we will think, how you will be influenced, how your thinking will be controlled by other people over a period. So in this, I think there is no country in the world today which is more worried than what should be the AI policy. How do you govern this? How do I control this? How do I manage this? So AI policies, AI governance, very, very important for every country and every youth in the world to really be concerned about it. And how do you educate people over what really AI is? That's the third aspect. So certainly congratulations to Vishwamanthan for taking this up. It's a fantastic subject which you have taken, and I'm sure whatever will come out of this will go to the overall policy making in the country. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now I request our partner, Dr. Prashant Gupta, to talk about AI and also talk about how the premier institutes like IIMs are looking the wave of AI.
Thank you. It's okay. So, Naresh ji and Samir ji, other panelists have gone. And all who are present here, very good evening and thank you for inviting me here and representing IIM. You know, when you are speaking at the last, there are the two things that happens, one good and one not so good. So not so good is that many things is already spoken, so what else you will speak? And good thing is, since everything is already told, so I have to be short and crisp. So I'll use that option. I'll be pointed on a particular question that he raised, institutions, how AI is affecting. Though, as Samir ji was saying, it's a storm. Yes, it's a storm, it's already entered. Ethics, that the topics I was going through, and I must congratulate that you have chosen very nice topics. And ethics is very important part because we deal with that. Now, after this AI, you have generative AI. So earlier we were having these softwares to judge the plagiarism. Now what happens if you give certain assignment, students use this generative AI, which is out of the control of the traditional plagiarism software. So what we are doing is we are trying to find out new solutions. Those solutions have come up now, and these problems even journals were also facing. So ethics tells you when you're doing this, you disclose it, that you have used the generative AI tool, whatever the tool you're using. Unethical practice, you do it, and it is out of the plagiarism software, so you don't do that. But then these are the challenges coming up. So when you are going to discuss, no doubt, AI powering our activities, enhancing our productivity, enhancing efficiency, bringing so much ease to whatever we do. At the same time, there are a lot of challenges. So whether it's a deep fake that is coming in, or people are getting calls from some of the pranksters or fraudsters in the voice of some of your known parents. So these are the challenges which are also coming in. I think when the detailed deliberations happens, we should also talk about this part of AI also. And we are ready and inviting all of you as a venue at IIM Nagpur. So we are looking forward to have a very good deliberations, discussions going to happen with the scientists and the experts and the application, those who are into the application of AI. So I would like to again congratulate, very nice topic you have chosen, and wish you all the best for the success. Thank you.
This brings us to the end of our today's session. I would request Kethan Pethankar to share a vote of thanks with each one of you.
Piyush. So first of all, I would like to, from the Vishwamanthan group, thank each one of you for spending this time with us in the evening and doing the website launch. And we are especially thankful to our esteemed guests of honor today, Dr. Subhash Chowdhury, the Vice Chancellor of Nagpur University, Dr. Prashant Maheshwari, Dean Science and Technology, Nagpur University, Professor Dr. Prashant Gupta, Dean Academics, IIM Nagpur, and we had Shri Naresh Chafekarji, Secretary Vidyan Bharati, Vidarbha, and Shri Samir Bendreji, Head Share Our Strength, and of course CEO Persistent Systems. So we thank and we look forward to now the registration part. So I would request each one of you to go through the website and register yourselves. Also share, like, subscribe to our the websites, as we say, and help us make this event a grand success, because I feel that it is very important for our country to talk about the policy, governance and education aspects of artificial intelligence, because those are going to change the way the new generations are going to pursue in this the world of artificial intelligence. Thank you very much.
This brings us to the end of conference. We have tea and coffee outside. We request each one of you to enjoy tea and coffee, and not in an artificial or a chatbot way. Thank you.
अभी जो भी सब उपस्थित है, तो एक थोड़ा इनफॉर्मल डिस्कशन करेंगे कि और इसको हम लोग कैसे सक्सेस करते हैं. सो बिफोर आई एंड कुछ नए गेस्ट भी जुड़े हैं हमारे साथ में, तो थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ में पीयूष जी वापस ब्रीफ करेंगे ऑफ दी कॉन्क्लेव. बिफोर दैट मैं थोड़ा सा VRF जो है विश्वमंथन रिसर्च फाउंडेशन, वो क्या है, क्या करता है, क्या हमारे ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं, वो थोड़ा मैं आप सभी के बीच में रखना चाहूँगा. सो VRF इट स्टार्टेड विथ एक ये था कि एक इंटेलेक्चुअल डिस्कोर्स हमारे शहर में होना चाहिए. सो वी स्टार्टेड विथ टॉक ऑफ विवेक अग्निहोत्री ऑन अर्बन नक्सलिज्म. सो बहुत इट वॉज वेल अटेंडेड, वेल रिसीव्ड, एंड एक जिज्ञासा थी सब में कि यार और क्या कर रहे हो, और ऐसे स्पीकर्स को बुलाइए एंड ऐसे डिस्कशंस कराइए, सो दैट हम भी फिर रीडिंग में इंटरेस्ट आता है एंड वी वांट टू लिसन टू दीज थिंग्स. सो ऐसे करते 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 गए हम लोग, एंड वी आर नाउ ऑलमोस्ट 5 years ओल्ड. ऑलरेडी 40-45 सेशंस हुए हैं एंड नेशनल लेवल के स्पीकर्स आए हैं, लाइक हिस्टोरियन मीनाक्षी जैन, विक्रम संपत जी. जनवरी में वी हैड फ्लैगशिप इवेंट विच वॉज डॉक्टर S जयशंकर वॉज देयर टू स्पीक ऑन जियो पॉलिटिक्स. सो वी रियलाइज कि ये चीज़ तो है जो हम लोग एक इंटेलेक्चुअल जागरण जो कह रहे हैं वो तो हम कर ही रहे हैं. एड टू दैट वी वांटेड टू ऐड 2 tracks. सो एक ट्रैक जो है कि रिसर्च, जो हम कहते हैं कि इंडिया में रिसर्च नहीं होती है, साइंस रिसर्च एक होता है. सेकंड इज जो ह्यूमैनिटीज़ के जो सेक्शन है, जो सोशोलॉजी है, फिलोसफी है, साइकोलॉजिकल होगा, या वो सब जो रिसर्च हैं वो उतनी मैच्योर्ड नहीं है, या जो व्हाट इज़ एक्सपेक्टेड कि इंडियन जो प्रॉब्लम है वो इंडियंस ही उसको रिसर्च करें एंड उसके सोल्यूशंस प्रोवाइड करें. सो हम हमारी तरफ से क्या पहल कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज वी वांट टू बी अ थिंक टैंक ऑल्सो. सो उसमें ये हमने डिसाइड किया है कि इंटर्नशिप्स हम लोग ऑफर कर रहे हैं, इवेंचुअली फेलोशिप्स भी ऑफर करेंगे. एंड एक बार जब रिसर्च कंटेंट जनरेट होगा तो उसका जो बुक पब्लिशिंग जो है, मतलब कंटेंट का एक डिसेमिनेशन ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन जो है, जो भी रिसर्च हुआ है, तो थ्रू बुक पब्लिशिंग है, थ्रू आर्टिकल्स हैं, थ्रू जर्नल्स हैं. सो वो एक उसका भी एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हम हमारे एंड से करेंगे. ऑलरेडी 2-3 बुक्स जो हैं हम लोगों ने रिसेंटली अहिल्याबाई होलकर जी पे एक मंथन के थ्रू हम लोगों ने एक बुक पब्लिश की है. सो ऐसे एक रिसर्च का एक ट्रैक हम लोग का है कि यंग बडिंग रिसर्चर्स को हम लोग कनेक्ट करें विद academicians who are in the universities and then they collaborate and कुछ research material generate हो. Third track जो है हम लोग का वो है कि every quarter we do a conclave. So उसमें 4 हमारे main topics हैं. So एक law है. So recently हम लोग ने विधि मंथन करके हम लोगों ने एक प्रोग्राम किया था, जो 2-day residential program for 150 students from महाराष्ट्र के जो premier law colleges हैं वहाँ से हम लोग ने किया था. दिस क्वार्टर हम लोग जो कर रहे हैं वो AI है. टेक्नोलॉजी में AI अभी इज़ दी थिंग जो सबको समझना चाहिए. एंड बाकी जो 2 ट्रैक्स हैं वो एनवायरनमेंट है, दैट इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड डिफेंस एंड जियो पॉलिटिक्स. सो ये 2 ट्रैक्स हैं जो फ्यूचर में हम लोग करेंगे. सो इसी बात पे ऑन AI मंथन आई विल हैंड इट ओवर टू पीयूष जी टू विल ब्रीफ अगेन.
थैंक यू रोहन जी. सो जैसे रोहन जी ने बताया कि हमारी कॉन्फ्रेंसेस के 4 थीम्स हैं. ये क्वार्टर में हमने टेक्नोलॉजी का थीम लिया है. एमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजीज़ जो आ रही है उससे नॉट ओनली दी IT प्रोफेशनल्स बट हमारी आम जिंदगी में भी इम्पैक्ट आ रहा है. जैसे व्हाट्सएप में अगर हम अभी ओपन करते हैं तो व्हाट्सएप में यू कैन राइट अ कंटेंट, यू कैन जस्ट टेल व्हाट नीड्स टू बी रिटन एंड व्हाट्सएप विल गिव यू अ कंटेंट विच यू कैन पब्लिश इट और यूज इट फॉर डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ अ कम्युनिकेशन. सो टेक्नोलॉजी धीरे धीरे हमारी ज़िंदगी में कैसे घुल जाती है ये हमें पता नहीं चलता है. और आज का जो एज है उसमें हमारा डेटा भी बहुत सारा जो कलेक्ट होता है एंड डिफरेंट कंपनीज उसको यूज़ करके डिफरेंट मॉडल्स क्रिएट करती है. सो हम, क्योंकि हम एक थिंक टैंक है, रिसर्च ग्रुप है, तो हमने सोचा कि एक AI जो अप ट्रेंड टेक्नोलॉजी है और हर जगह अडॉप्ट हो रही है, इसके बारे में हम चर्चा करना चाहिए. इसको मद्देनज़र रखते हुए हमने एक 2 दिन का कॉन्फ्रेंस डिज़ाइन किया है जिसका हमने नाम दिया है AI मंथन. ग्लोबली और नेशनली एवरीबडी विल टॉक अबाउट द एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और व्हाट आर द न्यू एप्लीकेशंस यू कैन बिल्ड ऑन टेक्नोलॉजी यूजिंग AI. We are slightly deviating from that because everybody is talking about it. We are focusing on how the emerging technologies like AI can impact policy making and what should be the policies for the AI that should be created by the government. If policy is created, then obviously there is a governance required, and hence we have to talk about governance. Now, entrepreneurship enterprise पे बात करना ही पड़ेगा क्योंकि at the end of the day any technology if it is not commercialized it is of no use, and hence on the topic of entrepreneurship we could have talked about entrepreneurship, but we thought that it is also important to talk about the education. What is industry demanding, what are the courses that are running in the colleges, and where is the industry gap. So that is the reason we have kept another topic or the track of education, and hence policy, governance and education. like this, we have kept 3 tracks. It will be a 2 days conference. In AI, there is an important topic which is ethical AI. Ethics doesn't come like this by teaching. It has to become inherently and over a long-term process. And hence we thought that as a country, we could be the leaders in ethical AI, because as a country, we are spiritually awakened and we believe and live by spirituality. And hence, we have invited Ms. Shri M, who is a spiritual leader, to talk on the consciousness in the age of AI as a topic. Apart from that, we have invited, from an academia perspective, we have invited Professor Ganesh Ramakrishnan, who is an IIT Bombay computer science professor and has done a deep research in AI. Because we will be talking on the policy, and hence it is important that this comes into the banner of IT. We have invited NASSCOM AI India head, who is somebody called as Ankit Bose. We have invited, the new kid in the town is Hanuman.ai, which is an India's own Indic LLM model on 17 languages. The founder or the entrepreneur for that company is somebody called as Dr. Vishwamanthan. We have invited them. From an academia, many people nowadays are getting upskilled by institutes such as Newton School of Technology. This startup is incubated in Rishihood University out of Haryana. So we have invited Vice Chancellor of Rishihood University. We have invited a couple of IAS and IPS because policy governance will be in the picture on these topics. We have also invited, because we are a research organization, it is important that we give a platform to the researcher to publish their papers, and that can be presented in the conference. So there is a call of research paper that also we have listed on the website, and we are requesting researchers, academia, anybody who wants to take part in this research to come and submit their paper. There is a timeline for it. The event is on 12th and 13th July at IIM Nagpur. So this is a quick brief about the event. If anybody has any suggestion, feedback or comments, happy to note it down and take according actions. AIManthan.in. Yeah.
Hi, good evening all of you. I am Charudatta Sahaje. My main concern, which was covered by Professor Prashant Gupta, has been that you have been talking about ethical AI and like that. Yes, as far as those ethical people, they will follow it. But the major threat is misuse of the AI. How, I mean, probably your paper must have covered that. How to combat that misuse of AI? Because we see lot many things which are being misused widely, and that forms the propaganda and that sets the agenda. So I'm sure you must have covered this part.
Yeah. So we have covered this part, and that is one of the primary reason we have policy and governance as a track, because the propaganda that you are doing, the data that is getting collected, it has to be governed, and that's the reason needs to be a strong policy. So hence policy and governance, which will take care of all the propaganda, what is the right content, what is not the right content, how the data should be captured, how the data should be managed, where the data should be stored. So all of this comes into the track of policy and governance. And hence we have a specific topic also on AI in defense and national security. Because if you look at drone as a technology, Amazon uses it for product delivery, but Pakistan uses it for weapon delivery. So it is a different technology, or same technology, but the application is different. So hence there has to be strong policy and governance around it.
Thank you.
Yeah, hello, I am Ram Krishnan. Some of you know me.
Yeah.
So one of the things that is of, we talked about ethical AI, we talked about responsible AI. I want to go 1 mile deeper into that discussion and say what the wrong that has been done in 1835, when we often talk about Lord Macaulay's, right, banning, eradicating Sanskrit from the education, the damage that it has done. I think there's a bigger damage that's happening right now, and we are not seeing it tangibly. If you go to ChatGPT, OpenAI's popular platform, right, with millions of users now, and ask who is the Janak of atomic theory, the answer it gives is John Dalton in the 19th century, and so on and so forth, and it can be as long as possible. And if you go to ask about, and Naresh ji knows the work that's happening with Inverse AI, which I'm associated for almost a year now, founded about a year back by my two sons, is we are changing this narrative. We are training large language models. What are large language models? They are like children. We often talk about AI. So what is at the back of AI is large language models. It's like a child. अगर बच्चे को हमने एक किताब पढ़ने दिया, कुरान पढ़ने दिया तो कुरान के जवाब देगा, बाइबल पढ़ने दिए तो बाइबल का जवाब देगा, गीता पढ़ने दिए तो गीता का जवाब देगा. It is as simple as that. The data that you give is what it is going to answer, summarize and answer. The trillions of parameters on which all the LLMs are trained is on Western data set. They have scraped Wikipedia, and if you ask about aerospace, the answer it gives is, and if you give a prompting question that, what is the role of Maharishi Bharadwaj in aerospace or aerospace science, the answer it gives is, it is alleged that Maharishi Bharadwaj has built this technology. However, this technology has been built by Western modern scientists like blah, 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 blah. It will start by Wright brothers and bunch of other folks. So this is what we are working on, and where we are training the large language models, building it for Indian data sets, which we have called as Bharatiya AI, Bharatiya LLM, Bharatiya GPT. So when we talk about responsible AI, ethical AI, I think this is a larger concern. And when we talk about education, how do we take this to every kid, right? Because it has to start from child. Because the moment this discussion happens in the graduate, undergraduate, postgraduate, then we think criticizing Indian knowledge, भारतीय ज्ञान संपदा को हम criticize करने से हमको लगता है कि हम advanced हो गए. So this narrative, I think, that's one input that I wanted to give. We should have similar versions, similar track for that, and happy to contribute there.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for that wonderful feedback. We'll incorporate that.
स्पीकर्स है, ये सारे स्पीकर्स है या कोई पैनल डिस्कशन ऐसा कुछ प्लान?
So there would be two combinations. One will be the keynote sessions, and second would be the panel discussion. So both will go hand in hand.
पैनल डिस्कशन में यही लोग रहेंगे या आर यू इन्वॉल्विंग एनी लोकल?
So we are inviting local also, but this will be the people who would be conducting panel. They would come and talk about it on different topics.
लाइटर नोट, मंथन और विश्वमंथन, ये अपना दो अलग ही है.
So Vishwamanthan is the parent organization, and Manthan is the, आप बोल सकते हैं, for the lecture series, that's the brand. But the parent organization is Vishwamanthan Research Foundation.
Namaskar everyone. I am Dr. Sachin Zamborkar. I am basically a doctor anesthesiologist working at National Cancer Institute. I am absolutely a novice in the field of AI. But I just have some queries. As far as I see the future of healthcare also, AI is going to change the healthcare scenario in the upcoming days. So I just have some queries. Whether are we having any healthcare role of AI in healthcare, sort of any panel discussion or any speakers on this subject?
Yeah, so Vishwamanthan, who is coming, he's an MBBS by profession, and he has done genome analytics and done great things in the field of medical science. Professor Ganesh Ramakrishnan, who is also coming, he is heading the IIT Bombay Department for Health in AI. So both of them are coming, and they would talk about on this topic, how health tech is getting impacted with AI, what kind of data sets are needed, why the AI LLM models are not able, some AI LLM models are not able to work in India, because the data set that is given, as Rama sir also pointed out, is not Indian models. Now, Indian people need Indian model, Indian data. So we would be covering that in a brief with the speakers in the event.
Can ordinary, say, medical students or doctors, will they be able to attend these sessions?
Yeah, it is open for everyone. So we have kept, it's a paid event. So for students, we have kept 999 rupees as a registration fee for the 2-day event. For working professional, entrepreneurs, anybody who wants to come and participate, we have kept 1499 as a fee for the 2 days event.
Thank you.
ओवरऑल हर कंट्री में बन गया है, इंडिया ने भी किया है. सो एग्जांपल, जस्ट टू गिव यू हाई लेवल एग्जांपल, कि if you want to run an LLM model, you need a high computing power. Now, NVIDIA is only the company right now. If you want to run a computation on NVIDIA machine, there is a waiting period for it. So government has taken a step and they have created a marketplace where any startup can come, lend that computing for a few hours, few days, and run their models. So it is doing, but because it's an emerging technology, तो उसमें continuous policy में updation लग रहा है.
Why are no women in the panel?
Yeah, so we have reached out to 5 to 10 women and we are waiting for their confirmation. Specifically in health tech, we have reached out to 5 to 10 health tech entrepreneurs and we are waiting for their response because they have not confirmed yet and we have not listed them.
You can have some artificial women.
But there are women, real women working in this.
No, there are a couple of, specifically in health tech, there are 5 to 7 startups which are working fabulously in the health tech space and we have reached out to all of them. Yeah, women-led entrepreneurs, yeah.
Anything related to commerce?
So right now for commerce, we have not finalized speaker, but we are thinking on it. Media, I think intellectual property right will anyways cover media because the... Yeah. Yeah, if you have some feedback, if you have some speaker for it, okay, I will check with the organizing team or whoever you have shared the suggestion.
So I think these kind of questions, what Ankita is asking and what Doctor has asked, will keep on coming, like how about my field and how about AI in that field. So what I see is this kind of an event in Nagpur. First of all, congratulations to our team that we are hosting it. And then it should be the you can say the beginning point from where we should carry on multiple such discussions. I mean, it should initiate such process like the institutions in Nagpur like VNIT or Triple IT or even the partners like Converge or Persistent. They should come, or the experts in the field like you or Ketan, and maybe they can, not from the commercial point of view, but just to update everyone about like what else can be done in medicine. And there are so many people who are doing really good work. We can invite them in that field and let them know like what is the latest thing which is happening. Maybe that can become an independent series, Manthan series, every month.
Point noted. Thanks for that feedback. Valid point. I think that's a perfect point, and hence education as a track. कि education में हमें क्या करना चाहिए, starting from K-12 to the undergrads to the grads to people like us. So point valid है, concern valid है, and hence we thought about education as a topic.
Just एक small personal view में share कर रहा हूँ. क्या है, हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा western की तरफ जाना ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं. AI और LLM जो बोल रहे हैं, लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल्स, या आपने से 7 years बोला, हमारे यहाँ पे गर्भ संस्कार में वो लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल सिखाया जाता था, पर अब वो हम मिस कर रहे हैं, तो वो कैसे लाना जाए? The भारतीयता in AI is also very important. वहाँ से बच्चा सीख क्या आता था? अभिमन्यु का जो एग्जांपल है हमारे पास, गर्भ संस्कार, that was a language model. कोई ना कोई स्किल सेट सीखता था, कोई कुछ सीख रहा था.
उसका साइंटिफिक जिस तरह से आउटपुट मिला है, लोगों ने बताया है कि हाँ, बच्चा बोलना जल्दी सीखा है, इंग्लिश ड्राफ्ट जल्दी करता है, मैथमेटिक्स में स्ट्रॉन्ग है, बोलने में बहुत अच्छा है, और जिस पकड़ ग्रास्पिंग पावर बहुत तेजी से बढ़ती है, वो है उसका गर्भ संस्कार. लेक्चर का
I think we need to develop research. There are very good things in India, as he rightly pointed out, like Karma Samskar and everything, Viman Shastra, Bharadwaj Muni and everything. But we need to present it properly. So I think research should be promoted more from these platforms. That is my suggestion.
So it was an enriching discussion, and I think so काफ़ी answers हम लोग को तो actual conference होगा, we'll have more experts there, so उनसे भी पूछेंगे, and हमारा भी intent यही है कि बातचीत तो चालू हो समाज में. The whole intent is कि people start talking, and then the queries will come, the answers will follow, and then that is how we'll penetrate कि बच्चे तक अगर जाना है तो पहले धीरे penetrate होता है. तो ये हमारा एक छोटा सा पहल उसमें है, and जैसा हम लोग को एक पोस्टर लॉन्च हम लोग को करना है, तो जो भी सीनियर्स इन द रूम है, हम चाहेंगे कि आप लोग का आशीर्वाद मिले, एंड पोस्टर लॉन्च के लिए आप सभी के द्वारा हम लोग करें. सो आप लोग से उधर करेंगे. सो आप सभी से रिक्वेस्ट है, जो सीनियर्स इन द रूम है, कि स्क्रीन के नीचे रख के हम पोस्टर लॉन्च करेंगे, एंड वील हैव अ ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ ऑल्सो.
सीनियर बोल के थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम कर
सीनियर एक्सपीरियंस्ड.
If you go to ChatGPT, OpenAI's popular platform, right, with millions of users now, and ask who is the Janak of atomic theory, the answer it gives is John Dalton in the 19th century, and so on and so forth, and it can be as long as possible. And if you go to ask about, and Naresh ji knows the work that's happening with Inverse AI, which I'm associated for almost a year now, founded about a year back by my two sons, is we are changing this narrative. We are training large language models. What are large language models? They are like children. We often talk about AI. So what is at the back of AI is large language models. It's like a child. अगर बच्चे को हमने एक किताब पढ़ने दिया, कुरान पढ़ने दिया तो कुरान के जवाब देगा, बाइबल पढ़ने दिए तो बाइबल का जवाब देगा, गीता पढ़ने दिए तो गीता का जवाब देगा. It is as simple as that. The data that you give is what it is going to answer, summarize and answer. The trillions of parameters on which all the LLMs are trained is on Western data set. They have scraped Wikipedia, and if you ask about aerospace, the answer it gives is, and if you give a prompting question that, what is the role of Maharishi Bharadwaj in aerospace or aerospace science? The answer it gives is, it is alleged that Maharishi Bharadwaj has built this technology. However, this technology has been built by Western modern scientists like blah, 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 blah. It will start by Wright brothers and bunch of other folks. So this is what we are working on, and where we are training the large language models, building it for with Indian data sets, which we have called as Bharatiya AI, Bharatiya LLM, Bharatiya GPT. So when we talk about responsible AI, ethical AI, I think this is a larger concern. And when we talk about education, how do we take this to every kid, right? Because it has to start from child, because the moment this discussion happens in the graduate, undergraduate, postgraduate, then we think criticizing Indian knowledge भारतीय ज्ञान संपदा को हम क्रिटिसाइज करने से हमको लगता है कि हम एडवांस्ड हो गए. So this narrative, I think, that's one input that I wanted to give. We should have similar versions, similar track for that, and happy to contribute there.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for that wonderful feedback. We'll incorporate that.
स्पीकर्स है, ये सारे स्पीकर्स है या कोई पैनल डिस्कशन ऐसा कुछ प्लान?
So there would be two combinations. One will be the keynote sessions, and second would be the panel discussion. So both will go hand in hand.
पैनल डिस्कशन में यही लोग रहेंगे या आर यू इन्वॉल्विंग एनी लोकल?
So we are inviting local also, but this will be the people who would be conducting panel. They would come and talk about it on the different topics.
लाइटर नोट, मंथन और विश्वमंथन ये अपना दो अलग ये है.
So Vishwamanthan is the parent organization and Manthan is the, आप बोल सकते हैं, for the lecture series that's the brand. Yeah. But the parent organization is Vishwamanthan Research Foundation.
Namaskar everyone. I am Dr. Sachin Zamborkar. I am basically a doctor anesthesiologist working at National Cancer Institute. I am absolutely a novice in the field of AI. But I just have some queries. As far as I see the future of healthcare also, AI is going to change the healthcare scenario in the upcoming days. So I just have some queries. Whether are we having any healthcare role of AI in healthcare? Sort of any panel discussion or any speakers on this subject?
Yeah. So Vishwamanthan, who is coming, he's an MBBS by profession, and he has done genome analytics and done great things in the field of medical science. Professor Ganesh Ramakrishnan, who is also coming, he is heading the IIT Bombay Department for Health in AI. So both of them are coming, and they would talk about on this topic. How health tech is getting impacted with AI, what kind of data sets are needed, why the AI LLM models are not able, some AI LLM models are not able to work in India, because the data set that is given, as Rama sir also pointed out, is not Indian models. Now Indian people need Indian model, Indian data. So we would be covering that in a brief with the speakers in the event.
Can ordinary, say, medical students or doctors, will they be able to attend these sessions?
Yeah, it is open for everyone. So we have kept, it's a paid event. So for students, we have kept 999 rupees as a registration fee for the 2-day event. For working professional, entrepreneurs, anybody who wants to come and participate, we have kept 1499 as a fee for the 2 days event.
Thank you.
ओवरऑल हर कंट्री में बन गया है, इंडिया ने भी किया है. सो एग्जांपल, जस्ट टू गिव यू हाई लेवल एग्जांपल, कि if you want to run an LLM model, you need a high computing power. Now NVIDIA is only the company right now. If you want to run a computation on NVIDIA machine, there is a waiting period for it. So government has taken a step and they have created a marketplace where any startup can come, lend that computing for few hours, few days, and run their models. So it is doing, but because it's an emerging technology, तो उसमें continuous policy में updation लग रहा है.
Why are no women in the panel?
Yeah, so we have reached out to 5 to 10 women and we are waiting for their confirmation. Specifically in health tech, we have reached out to 5 to 10 health tech entrepreneurs, and we are waiting for their response because they have not confirmed yet, and we have not listed them.
You can have some artificial women.
But there are women, real women working in this.
No, there are a couple of, specifically in health tech, there are 5 to 7 startups which are working fabulously in the health tech space, and we have reached out to all of them. Yeah, women-led entrepreneurs, yeah.
Anything related to commerce?
So right now for commerce, we have not finalized speaker, but we are thinking on it. Media, I think intellectual property right will anyways cover media, because the... Yeah. Yeah, if you have some feedback, if you have some speaker for it, okay, I will check with the organizing team or whoever you have shared the suggestion.
में ऐसा नहीं हो सकता क्या कि हम AI के बारे में बच्चों को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एजुकेट करें और उसके थ्रू कैसे क्या रन करना बिजनेस एवरीथिंग हर चीज़ आगे वो कैसे क्या करना चाहिए वो सिखाते आना चाहिए। चाइना में हो रहा है, हमारे देश में नहीं हो रहा है, तो हम पिछड़ जाएंगे।
Valid point. I think that's a perfect point, and hence education as a track. कि education में हमें क्या करना चाहिए, starting from K-12 to the undergrads to the grads to people like us. So point valid है, concern valid है, and hence we thought about education as a topic.
जस्ट एक स्मॉल मतलब पर्सनल व्यू में शेयर कर रहा हूँ। क्या है, हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा वेस्टर्न की तरफ जाना ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं। AI और LLM जो बोल रहे हैं, लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल्स, या आपने से 7 ईयर बोला, हमारे यहाँ पे गर्भ संस्कार में वो लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल सिखाया जाता था, पर अब वो हम मिस कर रहे हैं। तो वो कैसे लाना जाए, तो भारतीयता इन AI इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। वहाँ से बच्चा सीख के आता था। अभिमन्यु का जो एग्जाम्पल है हमारे पास, गर्भ संस्कार, दैट वाज अ लैंग्वेज मॉडल। कोई ना कोई स्किल सेट सीखता था, कोई कुछ सीख रहा था।
उसका साइंटिफिक जिस तरह से आउटपुट मिला है, लोगों ने बताया है कि हाँ बच्चा बोलना जल्दी सीखा है, इंग्लिश जल्दी करता है, मैथमेटिक्स में स्ट्रॉन्ग है, बोलने में बहुत अच्छा है, हर चीज पकड़ ग्रास्पिंग पावर बहुत तेजी से बढ़ती है, तो है उसका लेक्चर का
I think we need to develop research. There are very good things in India, as he rightly pointed out, like Karma Samskar and everything, Viman Shastra, Bharat Muni and everything. But we need to present it properly. So I think research should be promoted more from these platforms. That is my suggestion.
So it was an enriching discussion, and I think so काफ़ी answers हम लोग को तो actual conference होगा, we'll have more experts there, so उनसे भी पूछेंगे, and हमारा भी intent यही है कि बातचीत तो चालू हो समाज में. The whole intent is कि people start talking, and then the queries will come, the answers will follow, and then that is how we'll penetrate कि बच्चे तक अगर जाना है तो पहले धीरे धीरे penetrate होता है. तो ये हमारा एक छोटा सा पहल उसमें है.